Welcome back, everyone, to Around the Waves on KCOU 88.1 FM. So like I mentioned just before break, baseball season now underway. When we were on the show this time last week, we only had one game to go off, so not a lot to talk about. But now we're about a week or so in, so still small sample size, but able to make some predictions and some judgments so far, and we're going to do that here today. So first thing we're going to go through is, for you guys, what team through about 6 or 7 games for each team has been the most surprising to you?
Yeah, no, so, I mean, obviously, you're all going to think I'm going to pick the Cubs because I'm biased, and you're exactly right. Of course I'm picking the Cubs. They're 4-2. Are you kidding me? In the first series, they took 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee, which everyone, and again, it's really early, just to let you guys know that. You know it, obviously. But everyone says Milwaukee's going to win this division, and to just go out there and completely just dominate against Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, and Freddie Peralta was such a sight to see. I know you're a big Cubs fan, Justin, so that was awesome to see. One thing that I'm really liking about this team, and, I'm kind of 50-50 now, but in the first 2 series, their walk rate was super high. They were not chasing a lot of pitches. Everything was going great for them. But then when they come into Colorado, they're starting to chase things. Their second game against the Pirates did not look so great. But been really cool watching them. Justin Steele pitched phenomenal. Marcus Stroman did everything he could. Kyle Hendricks looked really good in his first game. In his second outing against the Pittsburgh, he just had his first inning doubts again. So if he can just figure that out, he'll be okay. Yan Gomes has been surprisingly really good, and that kind of worries me because of the Contreras and all that. Like, is he gonna extend? Are they gonna extend him? What's gonna happen? Because Yan Gomes has looked really good. One guy that I'm really just kind of concerned about though on this team is Patrick Wisdom. He has looked horrible in these 6 games. He's just looked very bad. But as a team, they're doing really good. A lot of the players up in the 300 average. Nick Madrigal, Nico Horner. How about that? The first home of 2022, Nico Horner, after he doesn't hit a single home run in the last 2 years. So that was really cool to see. Just a lot of the guys taking walks. They're looking really good at the plate. Obviously in their game yesterday, Colorado really was the reason why they did win that game. Colorado made a lot of errors. But they're just putting the bat on the ball, and good things happen when you do that. And, they've been big wins, 5-2 wins. Milwaukee was 9-0. That was huge. That Steele game, of course, I was at a family function, but Justin Steele, they just done a dominated Milwaukee, so that was really cool to see. But yeah, Justin, I'm curious to see who you have. I may have took your team. Sorry about it, man.
No, it's okay. Right away, I was like, hey, if it's not, our team,
right.
in the Cubs, I was going to say it was the team that we're matching up with that we have this, 3-game series against in the Rockies. They've been really hot as well, and they've just put it together ever since getting, Chris Bryant, stealing our man who was the face of our franchise, who made the game-winning throw to Anthony Rizzo to, give us the World Series.
You're gonna put me in tears, Justin.
I know. I'd play that World Series over and over again. First World Series in 108 years. But the Rockies have definitely been that team that has surprised me in terms of early season. They're 4-2 as well with the Cubs. And yeah, CJ Cron, he's got 2 home runs on the year with 6 RBIs, batting .320. He's really been a big bat for the Rockies. And Chris Bryant as well. He was 1 for 4 yesterday, and surprisingly, piggyback off of the Cubs again, or switch it back up, go over to the Cubs. I just had a couple of things to say as well. They definitely are right there with the Rockies as one of those teams that surprisingly has got off to a good start. Did not think they were gonna, come out 4-2 in the first 6 games, and Suzuki, my goodness, coming in, I was like, he's never played in the majors before. I was like, this could be a big, step for him, a big hurdle. But he has definitely just not been phased at all by that hurdle. And he has overcome that. He's got 3 home runs, batting .368 with 10 RBIs. Hey, so far that 5-year contract, $70 million going to Suzuki, looks great. So.
Yeah, it does look great. Ben, what team?
Well, first of all, the Rockies, that their early season success is pretty cool because I don't think they had beaten the Dodgers in a series in like 2 years. So,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The Dodgers just dominated them, and then they come in to start the season. The Dodgers, who are the best team in the NL, added Freddie Freeman. They beat them in a series. But the team for me that just surprised me is the newly renamed Cleveland Guardians. And the surprising thing about me is not the 4-2 record. It's the fact that they have scored runs. Where this is a team the last few years has had had plenty of pitching. They just continue to trade pitchers away, and then more come in and dominate, but they can't score runs. They have 2 or 3 good hitters, and then the rest of the lineup just isn't very good. And to start the season, they scored 1 run opening day and then got shut out the Saturday following. So 1 run, and I believe it was 18, 19 innings because there was an extra inning game in there. And then in the 4 games to follow, the Guardians have scored 17, 10, 10, and 7, which is just... I mean, who would have thought that a Cleveland offense was capable of this? Because they certainly have rarely shown signs of life like this, and it has led to now 4 straight wins for the Guardians. And a couple players to highlight on the Guardians, too. Number 1, Stephen Kwan may just be the greatest baseball player to ever step foot on this earth. It took him until the 6th game of the season to swing and miss, which is just simply incredible. The dude has a great eye at the plate. He gets on base, and even on the 6th game on, I would believe, Wednesday, he went 0 for 4, but still got on base once or twice with a walk. So he continues to have a great eye at the plate. So him there, and then Jose Ramirez has just been absolutely on fire. Through 6 games, he's batting .480. That's 12 hits and 25 at-bats to go with a couple home runs, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs. Right now, he's over 1 RBI every 2 plate appearances. So he's been incredible. And I know some of these stats are inflated just because when you score 17 and 10 in a couple of games like that, it's going to go up. But just the fact that, I mean, it looked to me like it was the same old story with Cleveland, where they're going to pitch, but they're not going to hit because they lost their first 2 games by a combined score of 4-1 in 18 or 19 innings. But then just have the offensive output they've had over the past 4 games in against Kansas City, and then the 2 games to follow at Great American Ballpark against the Reds, it's just really been impressive. Do I expect them to keep that up? No. Is Stephen Kwan going to go 6 games without swinging and missing the rest of the year? Probably not. But Jose Ramirez is a star. It's a good thing that they locked him up for the rest of the season. And I mean, they could certainly, if they can hit, they have the pitching with Bieber and then some of the arms to follow and Plesac and Cal Quantrill. They could at least make it competitive. The White Sox are still the better team, but they could at least make it competitive if they could hit anywhere near the level of the Chicago White Sox. So that's been the surprising team to me, the Cleveland Guardians, who haven't even played a game at home yet either. So